Hey, what's up, guys? Jason Steyer here, the VA Loan Boss, and just want to talk about a couple of things today. I've been getting this question a lot over the last couple of weeks for some reason, so hey, why not video time, okay? So, a lot of PCS phone calls over the last 10 to 14 days, both from overseas and here in the United States. And for those of you that have homes, for those of you who own homes, the biggest question I get, and we'll talk about a couple of things that pertains to overseas clients and the folks here who already currently own. So the ones that already currently own a home, the first question I typically get asked is, can I close on my new house at my new duty station prior to selling the house that I own now? The market's competitive. We've got contingent offers and all kinds of things to consider. So here are some things that we look at, that I look at from the lending side. Okay, number one, I can never answer the question without having a loan application. Okay, so it's impossible for us to tell. We don't know your debt situation. We don't know your asset situation. We don't know your entitlement situation. We don't know any of that. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is that can I qualify with both payments? Okay, should be asked. That's the first question we're going to think about. And do I have enough remaining entitlement? Okay, so I had a conversation with a young lady who her husband's PCSing from Charleston to Virginia Beach, and they want to try to sell or try to buy before they sell. And so I pulled his certificate of eligibility while we had him on the phone and went through the calculations, and they were going to be short on entitlement. They're going to have a down payment. And, they didn't have the money to do that. So, and on top of that, one of the other things that we have to consider, if it's considered to be an investment property, the VA says we have to have 3 months worth of reserves to account for that investment property. Okay. So there's so many factors at play. There's so many necessary questions you have to ask that it requires a little deeper of a conversation than a yes or no answer, frankly. And I will say this, I've had people tell me they've gotten those answers without any of that due diligence being done, and you just can't do it. There's no way to tell 100%. So for our overseas clients that are coming back, a lot of calls from Italy, Japan, Korea, orders are becoming an issue with the backup and things like that. So there are other things that we can look at that'll tell us where you're going. Okay, each service has their own, like an Air Force, it's called a RIP. It's a report for individual personnel, and we can see where you're going. That can be kind of a placeholder until orders get cut, so we can calculate BAH and things like that at new duty stations. And you can get things out of the Army HRC and all kinds of different things, but you have to ask the right questions. So, because our job, what I tell my team and is our job is to make sure that this process that we take as much stress that we can take off of you, okay, our side, out of that equation. Okay, we're going to do a lot of the work for you that you'll never see. We're not going to, bother you with a lot of things. And frankly, some lenders may, and they just because they don't understand the process or they just don't know. We don't deal with this a lot. It's hard to tell. It's hard to account for all of those things. But this PCS process can be difficult. I've never personally experienced it, but I've had family who has. Laura has, and there's a lot of plates spinning, and we definitely don't want to burden you with our plate. We want to take that off of your plate so we can make this a smooth transition for you and your family. So make sure you do your due diligence and asking the right questions and dealing with lenders who do that. Agents out there, listen to me when I say this. If people who have not dealt with the PCS process and things to consider when it goes haywire, because it's not if, it's when, you may want to rethink that. Okay, you may want to find or partner with the loan officer who understands that. And we would be happy to talk to you about that. We do business in a lot of states and have referrals in the ones that we're not licensed in, and we're adding states all the time strategically for the right partners. We just added Kansas and Missouri, a couple of agents up there who have touched base with us wanting to try to maybe partner up and do some business together to help their veteran clients and active military that they serve. So we're more than willing to have that conversation. But this PCS process is vital. It happens a lot. I think the last DoD numbers I saw were like 400,000 PCS moves from up until mid-September, starting in March or May. It's crazy. Okay. A lot of chaos, but it's got to be controlled chaos. So that being said, if I can help you with anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I would be more than happy to have a chat with you guys about anything as it relates to that, helping service members through that process. It's something we pride ourselves on. So reach out to me if I can help with anything. Have a fantastic week. We will have more videos coming soon. Check out the YouTube channel. Go over there, click and subscribe. Share that one with anybody. We'll see you guys real soon.